There's a dialogue going around right now. Should Jon Jones be cut? And of course, that's tying into his DUI, and he had the gun and the. I think you guys are familiar with the story. And I will only tell you this. Throughout history, they will generally always defer to the oversight body, in this case, local law enforcement in Albuquerque. So Jon goes through the process of which was greatly expedited. I think we can all agree. He goes in, he pleads guilty. Judge says, go home. I mean, it was a straight up probation. I didn't read about a fine. I suspect there was one. I didn't read about community service. I suspect there was one. And essentially the judge sent him to quarantine. I mean, he got, I think they call it house arrest, but basically, hey, just go home and stay there. Okay. He was not in violation of probation as many had thought. He was given a probation, but that probation had expired. The judge didn't want to make a name up, didn't really do anything. I mean, could you call it a slap on the... You can call it whatever you want, but the bottom line is, it's dealt with. You can like that or not like that, but that has to be your conversation. If you're a pro Jon Jones or you're a Jon Jones hater, okay, fine, but you are within lanes right now. You can argue whether he got off easy or not, but you can't argue anything else. In my opinion, I really don't think it's fair. I really do not believe you kick a dog for something he did last week. If somebody is punished, I don't think you get to punish them again as an outside body. I mean, I just don't think that's right on a human level. I don't think that that's a precedent you'd want done to yourself. And I don't think that's something you'd want to get started. That could have gone very bad for Jon. He manned up and he walked in there. And I have maintained from day one, again, right or wrong, in the defense of Jon Jones, I assure you in this story, there is no heroes. But they asked Jon a question right out of the gate. Have you been? In this case, it was drinking. Jon Jones answered that question right back instantly without hesitation and said, yes. Now, I realize there's no hero in the story, and that doesn't let you get away with something just because you copped to something. But I will suggest for you that might have meant something to the judge. There was also a gun involved. And one thing about Jon Jones, through anything that Jon lets slip through the cracks, he always registers his guns. I don't know where that comes within him. I don't know what paperwork. Jon always does it right by the guns. And in this case, this is closed. And I heard many people say, well, I read the report and he got the DUI satisfied, but there's still a gun charge coming down. That's false. That is absolutely false. It doesn't appear from the report that I read that they charged him with that, but either way, I can at least tell you this much for sure. It was all in one, and this case is done. So should Jon Jones be released or punished by the UFC? Don't forget, that's a sports body. To make believe that sport should be able to do something more harsh than a judge, I think is arrogant. Arrogant in the least. I think it is irresponsible at greatest. I think it falls somewhere in between there.